Have you ever seen the movie The Internship? Well, this is not it, but I did say the word internship so many times during this video, so I challenge you to count how many times I said it and leave it in the comments down below. Every time I say the word, I'm going to edit a character from The Internship to pop up to remind you to start counting because it's so many. Oh my god, I'm so annoying. Welcome back to my channel. So I know I haven't done a video in a while except my video diaries, but starting to get into it again because it has some inspiration from a podcast I just did with Crystal, and I'll link her channel down below. You should check out her podcast, it's really good, and she really inspired me to get back into YouTube. I've been doing a summer internship for the past like 2 months and I've been really enjoying it, so I figured what I would do is make this kind of like a Q&A type thing where I might answer some questions that are common for an internship, because this is specifically for a film production internship, and this one I actually am doing remotely because of COVID, so it's all online, and I do Zoom meetings for all the interns and the people in the company. So I figured I'd take you through a day of what I do as an intern. So first of all, I can get up a very reasonable time, very late if I really wanted to, because the internship production office is in Los Angeles and I'm in New Jersey, so I'm 3 hours ahead. Usually the times are later for me, so I don't need to wake up early at all for my meetings or any work that needs to be done, unless it needs to be done on a deadline, and then I need to make sure I get that done in time. But everything has been so reasonable and the internship place is so nice and everyone I've met has been so nice. So I'm going to look up on the internet for some frequently asked questions about internships, and I'm going to try to answer them to help you maybe decide if you want to do an internship or maybe if it's not for you. Because one of the most important things that I think determines if someone can get an internship or not is if it's paid or unpaid. And I've done 3 internships so far and all of them have been unpaid. I mean, some of them I feel like I got more out of than others. Sometimes I feel like I got paid with learning and that was really valuable. Like this internship that I have right now, even though it's unpaid, I feel like it's very worth it because I'm learning so much and I get to meet so many incredible people. Everyone has to make that decision for themselves if they should do it if it's unpaid, because some people just might not be able to do it if it's unpaid because they need a wage to survive and pay for their expenses. So I'm looking up these questions, and do you want to see my phone case? This is my old phone, but my brother drew this phone case. One of my favorite shows. Most people probably don't know that unless you're around my age. But let's get into the questions. So first question is, what is an internship? And an internship is basically something that you do to gain experience in a specific job. And this will be different if you want to do something in film versus like accounting. These internships are going to be different. So I can only answer this question based on my experience being a social media intern and a film production intern. And I think the main importance of internship is just to gain experience that you can take with you when you get further into your career. You basically can meet some people that could help you or mentor you, and they could be really instrumental in like where you want to go with your career, and just be like great friends as support along the way. The next question are, what are the benefits of an internship? Which is kind of like what I just said. You can like develop new skills and see what you need to work on, and maybe gain some confidence in things that you are great at and maybe you didn't know you were great at, but by interacting with other people in your career, you know that you have some of the skills that really could set you apart from other people. So I like to gain confidence and understanding of what you want to do in your career, because specifically in film, you might think you want to be a writer or a director, but then you might do a film production internship and find out that maybe you like doing behind the camera work, or you like to do wardrobe or something different like that, and you might have never found out if you didn't do an internship, and we're open to more ideas. So when is a good time to start looking for an internship? Most places have internships, I think, for spring, summer, and fall, so for every season. For me, I think summer is the best to do an internship because you can take less classes. Some people might not like that because they do vacations in the summer. That could be like a barrier in between like vacation plans. So it's really up to your specific schedule of which season you'd want to do an internship. But I would say that there's internships available for all the seasons. Can I get academic credit for an internship? Yes, some internships require you to be in college to get accepted for the internship, because when they're not paid, sometimes they want to make sure that you're getting enough out of the internship to justify you not being paid, because you're basically working for free, which is illegal. So they try to make it so it's like a even exchange where you're getting school credit and they're getting the work that you do. How do you find internships locally? I have a hard time with this one, but I just check a whole bunch of websites and I search it in Google basically really often. And for me, because I'm interested in film stuff, I can go onto like the Google and look for film production companies nearby. A lot of states have film production websites, and you can see like the films that are filming in your state. And if they're looking for PAs, which are production assistants, there are a lot of different resources, literally, because the internet, you could just keep on searching and you'll find something. How can I get a job or internship if I have no experience? Well, everyone starts off somewhere, so you have to just put the experience that you do have. And if you're doing a film internship, you can put if you have a YouTube channel or if you have a movie blog. Anything like that can be used as experience when you're just getting started. So I would really think about any work experience you've had and see how you can use that to show that you would be a good fit for the job. So like on your resume, you have the titles of your job, and I would change the descriptions based on what you're applying for specifically. Don't lie, but like if you were applying for a film production job, you would use those descriptions to say different things that you did at your previous jobs than if you're applying to be an accountant, because different skills are used for different jobs. So definitely use the experience you have to your best ability, but don't lie. What can I do to increase my chances of finding a good job? I would say just to apply to a lot of different internships, because you don't know if you will get any of them, and if you get more than one and you get more offers, you can choose which one you want the most. If you apply to one and you don't get it, well then you're out of luck. By the time you find out you didn't get the internship, it's probably too late to apply for another one for that season. So I would say definitely apply to more than one to be sure that you'll at least get accepted to one, because it can be really hard if there are high demands for that internship, especially at like the big studios like in New York City. TV studios, those are really hard to get into. So I would suggest to apply to some smaller internships so you're not disappointed. What salary can I expect? And this one makes me laugh because most internships are unpaid. If you need to be paid, you need to look for just paid internships and not just assume that internships will be paid, because most of them won't be. They'll give you work experience and student credit, but not usually paid, which is just the way it is. And I've heard that they're actually making laws to try to change this, because this actually limits a lot of people from getting internships and therefore like gaining experience, because they can't be doing something that's unpaid because they have to pay their bills. So it's unfair because it limits them from gaining experience that other students can gain because they're living at home or something and they can do an unpaid internship. So those are basically all the questions. I feel like those are like the frequently asked questions. If you have any questions about internships, you can leave them in the comments below, because I've done 3 so far. All of them unpaid, all of them have to do with film, but all of them have been remote. None of them have been in person. Because of that pandemic, actually, I was supposed to start an internship, and then the pandemic happened, and then it kind of got pushed back, and then it got limited on the work I was going to do. So that one kind of got postponed, but then the pandemic continued, so it never really happened. Now I'm going to get into my work for the day. I'm getting ready for a meeting at 1, and then I have another meeting at 4 where I get to ask some questions about my projects and see what advice the people hiring the company have for me. Because my internship, the reason why I really like it is you can really interact with the people who are like the president and vice president of the company. You can ask them questions and they'll give you such great advice because they have so much experience that the way that they think is so much different than I do, because I'm still so new to this. So it's really eye-opening when you hear them talk. There's not really much else I can show you that I do, because I can't show you the specific work, which is kind of a fail because I wanted to do like a day in the life of an intern, but because it's remote and it's online and I can't show you my computer because I can't show you what I'm working on because it's confidential, I can't really do that. I'll include this for people who might do remote internships. You definitely want a reliable computer, and even though you can do stuff on Zoom, on your iPad and phone, I would definitely say a computer is best, especially if you're in meetings with a lot of people. You want to be able to see everyone and get to know them. This won't really apply to like if you're in person, because you can probably borrow the company's computers, or maybe you'll have to bring your own, but I definitely recommend having like a reliable computer with like double underlined under reliable, because my computers used to be so unpredictable. So I would go to do a meeting and then it would just like not turn on. So eventually I just invested in a good computer, which I actually did an unboxing on. It's a MacBook Pro 2021. I think it's like 64 gigabytes of RAM or something like that. So it was an investment, but I mean, it takes the guesswork out of if my computer is gonna work today, which relieves so much stress, because then it's not even a thought in my mind. I don't want to like ramble on. This video has probably been so long already, and I kind of came to the conclusion that I don't really like videos that have a lot of editing. I kind of like, it's kind of like with cinema. We're getting into movies here, so if you don't like movies, you can leave. I'll see you later. I like movies that kind of have like this realistic tone to them, where they don't change a lot of angles and they don't like make scenes like really short. I kind of like staying with the characters longer and getting to know them, which I'm not saying I'm a character, but I like videos with less edits, because you really get to see like those weird ramblings that people do, or like where they stop and they keep saying like. I thought someone was listening. I got scared. It can be scary to be an intern at a company because you're so new there, and you're also you're definitely at the lowest ranking because you're unpaid and you're new and you're trying to learn a lot, so it can be intimidating. But I'm here to say you can do it, because I'm shy, I'm nervous, I have a lot of anxiety, and I'm still doing it because it's going to help me and make me feel more confident in what I want to do. So you can do it, and if you're nervous, I would say just believe in yourself and push through it, as long as you're not in any dangerous situation. If you're nervous because you're nervous for your life, then don't go to the internship. But if you're nervous because you're worried you're gonna make a fool out of yourself, you probably won't. And if you will, then people will laugh and they'll like you because you're funny. So either way, you're fine. And see you next time. Bye. Have you ever seen the movie called The Internship? Well, this is not it. But I said the shit.